We are today here. Thank you for Bushra, Mr. Hisham Iraqi, Mr. Tariq Hidali for being here. We are here to announce you a beautiful partnership between YouCode 1337 and Microsoft. Yusuf and Tariq will explain you more about this partnership. So the floor is yours, guys. Who will start? Tariq.
Thank you, Hind. Good afternoon, everyone. So first thing, thank you for the invitation. I really want to thank the 3037 team, especially Yusuf, Hind, of course, Mr. Larmi Hilali. So thank you so much for the invitations, and thank you for receiving us. So as we are talking today about technology, about digital transformation, about how we can build the future of Africa, so we have a good opportunity to have with us some people who will support us all across our road to grow Morocco and build the new Africa. And this is where the partnership with OCP, with 3037, with YouCode as well. We are the guys who, I heard a lot about you. I didn't visit you yet, so I know that you are here and you traveled for the last 3 hours, so thank you for being here as well. So thank you again. We will start our presentation about 2 things. So Yusuf, if you don't mind, can we, yeah. So the first thing, we'll be talking about Microsoft in Africa. Or what is Microsoft in Africa? What are we doing in Africa? And what is the idea to be here in Africa as well? Does Microsoft need Africa or Africa need Microsoft? We will have the answer to this question by the end. The second point is Microsoft and innovation. What are we doing now to be an innovative company? What are we doing in Africa to be innovative? So this is a discussion that we will have as well. The first point is going to be, and absolutely the last point, which is 3037 partnership within Microsoft, how we're gonna collaborate, how we're gonna work together, and which is the idea to scale your skills and build the new innovative product and solutions together. So this is gonna be the last point. So for the first part, I will ask. He's a brilliant person that I have to know for the last 4 years. So this is my 4th year at Microsoft. He's really innovative. He likes to work with youth. He is supporting students all the time. So, and I remember my first discussion when I just joined Microsoft. I come from school. I was really stressed and all this time. And we had this first meeting in the office. I went first and I said, listen, Hisham, I want to help the Moroccan team. So he said, okay. So for me, it was like, he didn't give a shit to what I'm saying. So 2 weeks later on, he came to me and said, listen, let's have a one-to-one discussion. And I saw how it's really important to have a support from really, really experienced people and have a sponsorship from those guys. So I really thank Hisham for being here, and let's go for Africa then. Yeah.
Okay. So, good afternoon. Sorry for being late. Great pleasure, to be here today. It's my first time in Kharibga. I was really impressed by the city. Different from Morocco. Huh? It's really nice to be here today. I like, the energy, more scream, a little bit. So, I had some chat with the guys handling 1337 to see how do you progress here, what is the program. I felt like it's exactly what's happening elsewhere. So proud of this program, and thank you to OCP to what they are doing here. And today we are really pleased to accelerate the rhythm and see what Microsoft are doing for the youth, for Africa, to share with you. And also I'm here to learn from you. And also to have open discussion. There is no hidden agenda. There is no hidden questions. So I like the debate with the youth people. A lot of energy, a lot of fresh ideas that can even help us to grow as a company. So I think there is a video, and then we'll continue. Please.
Today, right now, you have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. Think about that. That's what technology really is. It's possibility, it's adaptability, it's capability. But in the end, it's only a tool. What's a hammer without a person who swings it? It's not about what technology can do, it's about what you can do with it. You're the voice, and it's the microphone. When you're the artist, it's the paintbrush. We are living in the future we always dreamed of. We have mixed reality that changes how we see the world, and AI empowering us to change the world we see. You have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. So here's the question: what will you do with it?
What I love about this video is it's really summarizing what's happening right now. So Microsoft, I mean, we are known for being, I mean, the company who is providing the infrastructure for most of the companies across the world. But within the last maybe 3 years, we have a deep focus on the cloud, and you heard a lot about Azure. But it's not the purpose. It's not Azure itself. It's all about data and AI. As you know, data is the new oil. And with data, we can completely shift business models. This morning, I was in a conference in Marrakesh, and it was the heart of all the discussion we had with customers. And people start understand that with having the right capabilities in order to crunch the data and to get insight from the data, they can completely have different position in a market. When we look to the newcomers, for instance, all the disruptive companies, I mean, you name it, the Airbnb, Uber, Tesla, whatever, those companies, they completely shift the business model in the industry. When you see, example I like very much is the Airbnb, their market cap today is much higher, it's even 3 times higher than the second large hotel company in the world. Why? They don't have any assets. It's all about their power to be innovative, their power to be very agile, but also to explode all the data intelligence they can bring. At the end of the day, the most important for a company like Airbnb is to bring a very unique added value to the customers. I mean, typically what we do, we used to work with our, at the end of the day, we build stuff in order to make money. I mean, let's name it. And in most cases, we want to do it in order to attract new customers, to go to market. This is the real life. So usually what we do is we go to a market. Let's imagine we are a retail company. We go to a market, we segment the market by gender, by age, by revenue, you name it. The new, coming customers, they don't like that. You as youth, you don't like this, because when you go to Facebook, they know you even sometimes better than what you know yourself. Because at the end of the day, they work on your data and they go deeper in order to give you very specific service. So you become a unique customer. There's no, any more segmentation. There is no segregation. So this is the same idea. When we crunch the data on using, the AI, machine learning, all the newest technologies, is bring us, the capacity to deliver unique experience to each individual in our addressable market. So this is why, I really love this this video. Here, what I want to share with you is how Microsoft want to help, the youth to progress and move forward in the 21st century, knowing that we are at the 4th industrial revolution. And this is a massive revolution. Even though we went through, the latest one was related to technology, etc. And we feel that we are still in the same motion, but we are completely in different motion. Why I'm saying that? Most of the time we are hearing people talking about digital transformation. What is digital transformation? A lot of people that are thinking, okay, digital transformation is we want to digitize processes of the company. We want to automate the way how we are doing things. This is part of it. This is not really digital transformation. Digital transformation is about transforming the business of companies. It's about disrupting a company. And I invite you to see some videos. We have our CEO, Satya Nadella. I don't know if you know him. Just to give you a few words about Satya Nadella, he was appointed as CEO of Microsoft 5 years ago. The market cap of Microsoft since that time, it was multiplied by 4. Today, Microsoft is the biggest market cap in the world. Because of this guy, he has a vision, but not only that. He has a vision, he has a strategy, but when he's talking, he's saying, my job consists of 2 things, is to define the strategy and to work on the culture, to shift the culture of the company. And this is something he's doing, incredibly great. During the last 3 years, he was awarded the best CEO in the world by Forbes. So it's just amazing, and invite you, to try to know, more about this guy. He's doing a couple of interviews with the CEO across the world, and the last one I saw, it was with the CEO of Volkswagen. Volkswagen is one of the biggest famous company cars in the world. And he asked him, what are the challenges that you are facing today? It's not technical challenge. It's actually, what are the challenges in your business that limit your growth and your aspiration? He told him, when you look to a car, at the end of the day, it's a computer. It's not Tesla. I'm talking about Volkswagen. So even Volkswagen, they are everything, every piece of the car, there are a lot of software in it. And they told him, my biggest challenge is how to make all those components talking together and to work like in symbiosis way, and to have very agile software in order to progress and in order to bring the best user experience. Why I am telling you that? Because we believe at Microsoft that everything is about software. And Satya Nadella saying every company is a software company. So whatever you are doing today to learn about software is the door for you to the future. Everything today, but tomorrow will be only about software. The innovation, we will make it through software. And here what I want to share with you is what we are doing really to help the youth to progress on this road. We are working on 3 things that I wanna recapture. The first thing is I would say equality, but for me it's inclusiveness. Is really to include everybody. Dependless of the gender, of the color, of where they are coming from. We want to give them the opportunity to everybody, and this is what I like really about the program that you are in. When he explained me how you are bringing to this program, it's really amazing, and it's aligned with our fundamentals of getting inclusive and giving the opportunity to everybody. We are working in different with the help of, where is Bushra? Yeah, she's hiding. With the help of Bushra, we are doing a very astonishing program which called, DG Girls. I don't know if you heard about it. Why? Because we could do DG man, DG whatever, But we do it because at Microsoft we figure out that the number of people who are, the female who are going to STEAM, science, technology, engineering and maths, the average is 25%. And we deeply know from the statistic that when we have a team very inclusive, very diverse, it's more productive. This is a fact. We have a number of studies that when we're having very diverse team, it will be more productive. The time to get all together along will take more time, definitely. But as much as we are diverse, it will help us to grow. Definitely, we need to get everybody with the soft skills, the right mindset of collaboration, working together, etc. And I think you are working, guys, on that. So this is the first thing that we wanna work on and help you on that one. The second one is how to bring the world-class skills and to give you, the best practices, because it's really good to learn, the latest technology, etc. But the good things is to know how people they're applying this. And what we love to do, and we do this even with some customers, is we bring people from outside. We fly them from outside to come and to share with you experiences. How people are doing, if you are interested, for instance, in hospitality, how we are doing with the biggest customer in hospitality in the world. What are the key challenges? What are the projects? What are the heart of digital transformation we are doing there? The same in healthcare, the same on whatever. And we have a program what we call volunteers. And Tariq will give you more details about that. And the idea is really to have as much as volunteers here from different areas of the world, sharing with you the best practices, and also having this connection with those people in order really to learn on what's going on elsewhere. The last thing is the job creation. So the idea is to use the power of the software, of course, for you to have your brand, to secure a job for yourself. But our aim is to help the youth to establish their own company and to start getting people around in order really to be impactful on creating jobs. And this is really something that we can achieve. There are some challenges, and we know that. When we have a new companies established and we want to go to the market, how to get the first PO, the first purchase order, and this is a key. That's why I invite you, to learn the technology. This is super critical, but also to try to understand what's going on in the real life. What are the challenges that the customers they are facing? And once you go to whatever innovation, you go with that in mind, because unfortunately sometimes we just close door on ourselves and focus on the technology for the technology. It's good when we are in studying, etc. But at the end of the day, we are going to a market. So we need to be very close to the markets, what's going on in the market, and connect with the customers, with the government entities, even consumers, to know what are the real needs in the market and to drive toward it. You can tell me, yes, but why we want to do it by Moroccan people? Why you don't bring just solutions that are somewhere else in those countries where they are much advanced? You name it. If you talk about Estonia today, they are a reference worldwide for the government of Estonia is running like a company, completely digital company. So they have very the sophisticated software, very sophisticated solution, etc. The challenge, that's what they did it for their country. They did it for their culture. They did it for a specific, context. What we want to achieve and why Microsoft is interested in Africa, because we believe that Africa should be served by African. The same, Morocco should be served by Moroccans. You know what's going on the ground, you know your family, you know when you are building a solution, is this something that will fit with the Moroccan culture or not? So we are very sensitive to bring people together to serve by their own market. So this is kind of a short introduction about what we want to achieve with you guys. Definitely Tarek is the expert. He can bring a lot of added value. Get the maximum out of him. He has a lot of resources and he can help. So the floor is yours. I'm here to, as I said, to learn, to listen, and if I can, to bring some added value to you. Thank you.
So, okay, I think they believe this is my part now. So, basically, I don't want to see this slide right now. Thank you, Yusuf. So, I will share with you a little story. As I said before, I spent the last 4 years working for this crazy company. So, every year there's a change, every year there's a new people, new challenges, a story after story. So, I can spend the whole night sharing with you what's happening at Microsoft internally. 4 years at Microsoft, I believe it's around 10 years outside the company. So, I will try to share with you like what I learned and why discussion we had the first time with Mr. Larbi and with the team. And I was thinking how we can change some stuff. So the first thing, I want to give you a little like a briefing around what's happening in Africa. So the last 4 years I spent it traveling from the north to the south. So even some people call me the technology tourist, so it's happened. So it was really funny. But at the same time, my role was to work with startups, work with accelerators and incubators, and mainly looking for people who have great ideas and want to build something different. So this is what was my main mission. At the same time, every time I'm traveling, like you learn something new and you think about your country, what you can do to change what's happening in your country. As I like shared before, I'm originally from 100% like a Moroccan education, okay? After that, I study like abroad, that's true, but basically I'm a pure Moroccan product. So I feel your challenges. I spend like, I pass by universities, I like public universities. I feel all the biggest challenges that we have. And at the same time, like going back to my experience, I was thinking what is the best way to change all these things? So I would start with North Africa. So North Africa, it's a unique ecosystem because you have this French culture that we link ourselves to. So every time we're thinking, like when you are at school, people, they told you, go and look after a job. They will never say, okay, go and build something and try to prototype it and raise money and go ahead. And I believe this is typically Moroccans. For example, one of the things about Moroccans ourselves, that we like to know what's happening. Like we're really sociables, if I can describe it. But Facebook, it's not Moroccan by the end. And basically Facebook, it's giving you exactly what you are looking for as any social person. So that makes me think about two things. What makes Morocco different and why we are not innovative enough? The first challenge was the skill side. And this is where there is a very high level of complexity. The students in Morocco, they are looking for not to finish their study, but they want to finish quickly and go to market. Like they have in the startup mode, we have a quick go to market. Even in the startup world, if you have a quick go to market, it's mean you have something like between 50 and 70% that you will do nothing. Or you will miss something, you will miss your strategy. So you need to take your time. And this is where we start thinking, whereas in Morocco, we can have some engine that can hack the North African ecosystems. How can we do that? So, and when I heard about like your model, YouCode 3037, and the way how you want to hack this engine, I said, okay, those guys, they have the skills, then we can be innovative. Innovation by definition starts with skills. So if you don't have skilled people, you cannot build any innovative ecosystem. That's the first step. Then, this is where we decide, Yusuf, please, when we decide to do something with you guys, we will prototype together like a mix of Microsoft for Africa programs. We will bridge the gap, the skills gap that we have, that you have with our technology, because I hear a lot, like people, when you are a geek, you are not mostly a big fan of Microsoft technology. Well, this is something that we want to change. Because again, as Hisham said before, Satya, when he came, he said everyone in this company is technical, and we have to work with everyone. Like you hear about our partnership with Oracle recently. We partner with our competitor, and people say they are crazy sometimes. Like for students, they say, oh, how is that possible? Today, we're moving to the next step, which is the cloud technology. So it's mean we need to be ready. So that's the first step in our skills program. So it's mean we need to make sure that you have enough skills in any cloud. It's starting from our cloud, of course. Our mission and the rest of the team is to move to the other platforms. We are not saying no, but at the same time, we say that we need to take advantage of it. So the first step is going to be the skills program. So at Microsoft for Africa, we have a program called My Skills for Africa program. The idea, we have a roadmap for the next 12 months. We will try to bring people from all over the world to here and try to work with you on some projects. So it's probably going to be AI project, development, platforms, whatever you want to develop. Maybe you can just go to Yusuf and say, listen, I want to develop something different that I saw online. I don't know from where to start, and we need a volunteer to help us on that. It could be an AI project, for example. And this is where we really want to build it. So we will start by brainstorming together, like we will build some teams. So this is the first level, which is the ideation. We want you to go and think about ideas, what you can build or what you can do differently that can change your current life. Like yesterday I was with Hindi, she told me that you are building crazy stuff here, like for the platform that you built for the restoration services, so all these things, it's really amazing to see. But now we need to think more about how to build product that can answer a need, maybe at OCP group, maybe at one of our partners. We will think about something different, something that we can sell later on. So the first level is going to be ideation. So it's going to take between 1 to 2 months. The second step is going to be staffing, because you need to build your team. You need to hire the people that you will be working with. When I'm saying hiring, don't think about cost. You have a lot of geeks here, so you don't have to hire anyone. Then the last point, which is execution. Start building on those projects. Now, during all this process, we will give you access to platforms. We will give you access to Azure. Not a lot of Azure, but mainly what you need to learn. You will use your email address to access to it, so it's going to be something like some credit. The school as well, they will have their labs with Azure technology, so all the cloud power, like computing, whatever you need, AI. Sorry, I know that I'm watching just this way. So, so all what you will need, inshallah, in terms of anything related to cloud technology is going to be there. But now, we will not give you only technology and say, bye, guys. We will give you technology plus courses. You need to follow your trainings. You will have trainings to follow. You have some expertise branch. And this is where we deploy the 21st Century Lab. So the idea, by the way, nobody will going to be there. It's going to be you. I know that the school model is similar to this, so I think you're going to make it. So from the other side, we expect quick result. But again, technology, skills, plus ideation. Think about something different. Why? Because the last step is going to be taking your idea and prototype your MVPs to the next stage. And here, we will select some great project that we will push to our Microsoft for Startup programs. And then, like all of you, of course, I hope so. So this is going to be the future, maybe. But I believe if we can have, this is what I say to the team, like, the part, if we have 300 students, and we have 300 ideas, if by the end we have 5 startups that can go to market, who can sign something with the group, with anyone else, we are successful. All. And of course, like we train most of you. So this is basically going to be the model of the partnership. You will see me a lot coming here, like Yusuf and the rest of the team. We want to build this, and it's going to take us something like 6 months. So it's really a prototype. Another thing, these programs, we deploy it all across Africa, it's true, but we never prototype it in this way. So this is where I believe we can take the lead. One of the points, like as Microsoft for Africa, we partner with a lot of startup ecosystems. So basically my main mission as well is to build this kind of partnerships. The last subject of our partnership with the school as well is to help you to position yourself as one of the leading technical community in Africa. As you may know, we just opened 2 technology African development centers. Microsoft, we hire softwares in Africa. It's never happened before. It's true, it's not here, so it's between Nigeria and in Kenya. So it's not far away, by the way. Nigeria is 4 hours from here. This just convince your parent that you can do it. So, but then, it means that probably we will be hiring people, who knows, who do software engineering in Morocco, probably based here. But we need these skills. We need to prove to the rest of the company that we have skilled people. And I believe, Hisham, this is something that we really want to push for. So, startups. This is how the program works. So basically, once it's going to be ready, you will have something like $100 per student. It's not $100 per month. It's going to be $100 for life. So and you have a full, you have more than 25 free services available all the time. What does that mean? Please, use it to learn. Don't do mining. Don't do this kind of stuff. I know you are there, but don't do that. So I know it's really okay. This is the power of cloud. Do mining, build your startups, and do mining, and build something great, and we will support you. But now, please use it to learn. Use it to get your certificates, get it to move forward in your career. So that's the access point that I believe I really want to share with you. So it's going to be a lot of services. You will check online. So we are working on that with the team to make sure that it's available quickly. And start thinking about an idea. And when I was a student as well, I'm sharing my experience if I might do that. When I was a student, I prototyped to build startups. I failed. And the reason why it was a big failure, it was because of my co-founder. I choose badly my co-founder. Choose the right guy who's going to support you, or the right lady who's going to support you. Or maybe be 4 or 5 people. So that's the rule of success. And every startups that we met in Africa, one of the things that was really surprising, for example, I will share with you one of my stories, one of the startups I personally, I'm a big fan of them. So it's Flutterwave, which is a transaction platform in Nigeria. So those guys, they just raised $20 million and are looking to raise more. So it's happening in Nigeria. I want to hear that happening in Morocco. So they believe this is our dream. Hisham is really supportive as well. I bring a lot of startup people to his office. Okay, I'm there. So you will have a full support in building your startups, but just think Africa as well. Don't forget that we are part of it. Don't say Africans, say we are Africans, so this is different. And let's go forward together. So I think I'm done with my presentation. One slide. Yeah, okay. So this is for transparency, okay? So nobody will come to me and say, Microsoft didn't do that. So I'm sharing that in public, so everyone will be okay. So this is our engagement. So I'm setting the right expectation. Hisham, he loved that because we have a long story with that. So we will provide cloud platform for students. As I said, it's not a lot of money, so be careful in using it. Training within the My Skills for Africa program, and plus the 21st Century Lab. So this is the 2 programs that we'll be offering. Operating tool and exam vouchers. Exam vouchers, I will be really clear with you, it's only the MCTS. So it's not the one that you have to pay for, okay? So this is, and it's not for everyone. So this is something that we are opening the discussion around it as well. Of course, monitors, we will try to bring a maximum of people that we can. Project, infrastructure, and startup support is going to be between the school and ourselves. So this is basically to give you more visibility about how we will be operating. So it's happening here, it's happening in Ben Guerir, and in Yusufia as well. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and yeah, thank you. Okay. Si vous avez des questions, voilà.
We just want to know what's the difference between what you give and what's available. For example, I can get $100 Azure for free just using Visual Studio benefits, you know that. and I can access Microsoft tutorials online. Is there any difference between these things?
I love this school, by the way. Nice question. So, like what we are offering is different because the 21st century lab program, it's a mentora program as well. Okay, so you will have mentors. Like you are not only following courses, like you are following your courses, and you have someone who's gonna help you to finish your program. You can ask questions on the platform. It's a dedicated platform. It's not available online, like you can check. It's another content around the kind of trainings. It's different. So that's the first point. The second one, which is what I can have for free, I would say I will be really transparent. Like for the cloud services, you can go and have them for free from other competitors. I'm fine with that. You have to learn how to use your cloud technology. Again, it's up to you to choose the right people that you will be working with.
I'm just saying that I can get the 100 Azure
from
Microsoft itself.
No, online you can't. You need a credit card, and that's the first thing. And the second point, you need to be a Microsoft institution that we certify. If you don't do that in this way, it's when you are hacking something. Or you can use your own money, like if you want to do that.
Last time I checked, there was a Visual Studio benefit. You can't get 100,
But you have to pay for it.
but you get the 100.
Yeah, but you pay for it. Now it's free. Now it's free.
But if I use the 100 here, you are offering.
Yeah.
I have to pay after.
No, this is where I was really clear in the beginning. You need to use the 100 for your training, okay? The school, they're gonna have their own lab with Azure solutions. So this is, and here, it's another story. So this is another level. Now we are talking about two things. The first thing, it's not commercial. It's typically a Microsoft participation in life of every student. The second point is something commercial that I really don't want to talk about because it's 100 commercial. And we're not here to do business. We're here to build a community together and build the business in the future. So this is a clear vision. I believe, like 100 transparent. Like he's the guy managing the sales operation, so I'm fired officially.
Je vais parler en français, mais juste pour compléter la réponse. 100 $, peut-être c'est pas suffisant maintenant. Si vous avez plus de 100 $, vous allez vraiment les utiliser dans vos projets. Il n'y a pas de problème, vous parlez avec le staff. Il n'y a pas de problème. Au contraire, on sera content parce qu'on saura que vous travaillez sur des vrais projets. Donc c'est valable pour 1337 et Sophie et YouCode.
I want just to add something, please. We have the behavior as a Moroccan. I'm sorry to say that I'm Moroccan as well. To always try to get things for free, which is fair. I will tell you something, and honestly, it's never the issue of money. Never. Morocco, I'm doing business in this country since more than 20 years. I never face an issue with a customer, with a project where we are lacking money. Never. We are usually lacking, on the management, how to really take benefit of what we're engaging. So please, if whatever, it's 100, it's 100. It's a corporate program, so we can't do much, we can't. But my idea here is take benefits of what you are getting. If there is a solid case for getting whatever more afterward, we can work it out. Don't worry. But do it the proper way, and you will, always, when you build and you believe on your case, you will always find someone who can help you. The problem as Moroccans, myself first, we are not willing to build the case for our requests. No, you don't want. Even without going and asking for something. Just let's ask, but ask why we build the case and we know exactly what is behind and we believe on it ourselves. Otherwise, it will never work. I tell you. And this is everywhere. I can tell you stories after stories after stories, either for myself or for people surrounding me or whatever. Even to go to it's happened to me, and I can tell you a very small anecdote. I had a case of a team member who had some challenges to get the rights benefits for a specific program. Okay, so what's the issue? No, the people, they are not answering. I told him, man, I mean, go and ask, don't go through the politics, etc. Go talk to people in corp. Ping. He told me, no, they will never answer. I told him, okay, look, I went to our organization, Satya Nadella, the second person behind him, the third one, CVP, is corporate vice president. So the guy, you don't need to work for, I mean, the next 3-4 generation with the money he's making. And I pinged the guy. I tell him, this is my case, 1, 2, 3, 4. And instantly, I got the answer, and I got supported, and we solved the issue. This is not magic. This is, we are doing the things the proper way. And our word is going that way. Please, again, and I will say it again and again, build your cases for whatever you want to ask for, and believe on it, and it will work. Okay, any question?
Assalamu alaikum. Firstly, I'm really excited to be here, with Microsoft, in having this talk about this partnership between our school in Microsoft. You actually talked about 2 things that you're going to be supporting us with, which is like personal projects and also startups. I would like to know what is the process that I'm supposed to follow in order to get support for personal projects, because I've been working on a project for like almost a month now, and I've been struggling to find the resources. Maybe most of them are expensive, and I can't get to them. Downloading like some research in PDF, but I don't have enough knowledge in order to understand what they wrote there in order to build my project. Like I want to know exactly like the process to.
First of all, we are excited as well to be here. The challenge that we face usually in those cases, that we don't know what we don't know. Yeah, really. When you and the way how to I mean, because in coding, I'm a software engineer, but it was a long time ago. No, I'm not that old. Man, come on. It's when you are, I coded in languages that are prehistorical, COBOL and you name it. So when you are coding, there are things that you don't know that exist, and this is the challenge. So definitely the mentoring is the key part here. That someone who came and give you just hints. He will not do the job for you. He will just tell you if there is something called, I don't know, talking for instance in IoT. There is something in Microsoft called IoT Hub, and there are some APIs, some resources that can support you, and this is how you can access it. Otherwise, one who want to start from scratch, you will say, IoT, I want to do, what are the devices that are supported, and start everything from scratch. Why we have all a set of components sitting there who can do that. So this is something I give the second part of the answer to Tariq, who is on the execution, how to get those people to support you. And I talked about volunteers. Man, Tariq, if we are not able to bring at least a volunteer every month, there is a problem. This is I'm counting on him, but on you guys, and you will understand, and all on Mr. Al-Arbi and the team who are here. Once you are in this platform with Microsoft, the team who is managing the campus here, they can apply for volunteers themselves. But then you need to build a case, as I said before. You need to know what you want. I don't know what's going on in whatever topic you are working on okay, that's fine. That's perfect. I want experts who want to, then you build your case, you come to the management team, and they go to the platform, it's open platform, they apply, and boom, Microsoft will pay for everything. The guy will come here, spend a week with you, and tell you what you don't know that you should know. Okay?
Thank you, Hisham. I think going back to your question, which is a very good question, thank you again. It's not about the personal project again. It's about the team project, okay? So that's the starting point. Like build a team, I was really clear on that. And then anything, like as I said before, you will have a technology plus training. So this is the starting point. Like think how to build your to build your idea based on this technology. And then like if your idea, there is a high potential on it, we can talk and see how we can scale it to a concrete project. And this is basically my KPIs, okay? So this is where I'm becoming successful here. And when I'm saying ideas, I'm paid for that, okay? So I'm paid to make sure that your ideas become startups. I cannot do it with everyone, but I can do it with the ones where there's a high potential, okay? And this is where Yusuf, of course. So I can help. So from going back to technology, you will have access to all the support needed. So this is mainly the main idea of the partnerships. Again, ideas, being creative, and looking for the right way to apply your learning on good, innovative ideas. So this is the starting point, inshallah.
Okay. My thanks to Microsoft team for being with us today here. Thank you, Microsoft team, for being with us today here. My name is Yunus. Currently, I'm working with Google Developers Group in South of Morocco. I manage the South chapter. So, and also I manage Kaggle, if you know it, the biggest platform of data scientists. So, thank you. Sincerely, I like what you've done. And I like your program that you've done with the US Embassy, Digital Girls. My question for you is how we can work together to make Morocco a better place. How we can work with Microsoft and Facebook, Circle, and Google developers here in Morocco, and how we can make a good ecosystem, innovative ecosystem here in Morocco. This is my question. Thank you.
I will give this question to Hisham as well, because basically, Hisham is leading Morocco, so.
I love those kind of questions. Why? Because most of the time, people, when they are discussing about Google, Facebook, Amazon, they thought that we are competing here at all. I would love to help you to bring whatever from Google here, because we are doing this for Morocco. We want Morocco to become a hub for those multinationals. And my dream, I have a dream, actually. Only one today. Tomorrow it will be another dream. My dream is that Morocco, I'm working as part of APB, which is the Federation of IT Companies in Morocco. And our challenges is to stop, not to stop, to fix the issue of Moroccans going abroad once they get their certificates, whatever. And my point of view on this specific topic is I tell them, no, let people go there. But instead of having 5,000 computer science, people every year trained in Morocco or whatever. Actually we have 3,000 engineers every year in Morocco in computer science, which is very weak number. My dream is to make it 30,000, 60,000, and then half of it go outside to Morocco, and then Morocco will become the Silicon Valley of Africa. So this is my dream. And any initiatives, any technology, whatever, are more than welcome in order to grow our ecosystem, and that Morocco become resonating in the worldwide, market by having a solid footprint. This is discussion Tariq was involved with me. When we were getting our executives from whatever region in the world, one of the discussion we are having is how much startup you have in Morocco. Morocco, we estimate that we are having 300 plus startups in Morocco, which is again a very weak number. The innovation centers and development center that we just kick out in Kenya, in Nigeria, I would hope that we get them here. But unfortunately, we don't have the right, volume of startups, of developers in order to go and build the case and claim, guys, Morocco, we are here. We are a nation of developers. We are not there yet. But this is our aspiration, and this is why I am here today, is really to support you, and not only you. Through you, we will support others to become, and you become your role model for other people. And this is the idea, is to have this pyramid structure. When we engage one person into the coding, into becoming a developer, then he will bring another 10 people to go through the same path. But we need to make some success out of it. Okay?
Can I add?
Yeah.
I think, going back to how we can build ecosystems, okay? So I will give an example from our continent, okay, which is Rwanda. So what I learned from Africa again, it's where there is pain, just after 10 or 15 years, there is success. SubhanAllah, it's working like this. And it's not only Africa, it's working on a lot of successful, innovative ecosystem. Now, the real innovation, I'm sorry to say that, it's not in Casablanca, it's not in Tangier, it's not in Rabat, it's not in big cities. Real innovation, it's far away from the cities. Why? Because people in those cities, they have a kind of I'm not saying infrastructures, but they can survive correctly, okay? People outside of that don't have the right infrastructure, so they need to think to have solutions. And basically, this is the best way to be innovative in Africa. All over Africa, from the north to the south, if you go to Kenya, if you go to Ghana, if whatever you are going to visit, you will see that people who are really innovative, they don't have resources to build stuff. And I like someone who said one quote, it's not a quote, it's really something interesting. He said, what innovation in Africa, it's what not government are able to make, people make it. And this is the real definition of innovation in Africa. And it's true. Go to Kenya, the first mobile payment in the world, the first country doing mobile payments in the world, it's Kenya. Why? Because it's not easy to have access to banks. So again, this is it's us. We need to go and stop and say, okay, guys, what I need every day and I don't have. And maybe what is the pain of the others? How to read pain people? Moroccans, us, no. When I'm asking you, ça va, alhamdulillah, bikhair, tout va bien. Alors que, no, we need to ask the right question. We need to have the right questions and see the world from a different window and stop thinking a lot it's history, but stop thinking in a French way. So personally, I'm not a big fan of the French system. So we need to stop thinking about that, think globally, think African, and going from the point, what is my pain? And this is, I believe, the starting point to be innovative in Africa. So yeah, if there's any other question.
I just want to add something. We're going to talk a bit technical stuff here. So you as student of YouCode or 1337, whatever, how you could take full benefits from this partnership. So as we did for 1337 with the Amazon Web Services partnership, so you have access to their cloud platform. So here also you will access to Microsoft Azure, so you could take benefits and work on the different challenge you are working at. We have some students that are working on challenges that I can say it's from waste to resource, and another challenge it's digital mining challenge for OCP, both for OCP. Yeah. So you could, as you know, in Church 7 we are much more doers than thinkers. So we're gonna try our best to make it available all for you, starting next week. We're gonna try our best. So you could start working on your projects and also in your startups. We have also a startup ecosystem here. So a lot of students have their ideas and they are working to improve their ideas and to make and to create their own startups. Okay. If you have some technical questions, ask. We'll.
Can I?
Okay.
I don't know why he's working with Amazon, this guy. Like, why are you working with AWS? Like, did you see anyone coming from AWS here? I really want. I'm asking.
Just we are doing our best to make all the platforms available for our students. So nowadays we have Amazon, we have Microsoft, we will have Oracle and whatever platforms. So we will give them access for it. Okay.
Super. We will see what happens. Fantastic. So thank you so much. If there's any other questions, one more question so we can close the discussion here. Yeah.
Also technical questions.
Technical.
Yeah. You said you need at least one volunteer a month. What this volunteer what will do?
Okay. So one volunteer a month is going to be one volunteer. Ah, on n'a pas vu, c'est vrai, on n'a pas vu de filles parler. Okay, so one volunteer a month, so it's up to you, okay? I was really clear with the team. The process is, like sometimes, for example, I bring someone from the Silicon Valley to one of our accelerators 2 years ago. So this guy is working with the Bing team, he's leading the product team. So he come here, spend some time with startups, with discussions, sharing with them what's happening there, all these things. To do that, it's sometimes, like, from a process perspective, it can take from 1 to 2 months. So what I want you to do right now is send email to these guys and say, listen, this is the kind of project I will be working on, and I want to have support on it. So we can start having a plan to deliver this guy to you, okay? So it's gonna take time. So we can have it, like, if sometimes, for example, we bring people from India. Visa for Indian, Moroccan visa, imagine there is a Moroccan visa, so don't think about that. So, and when you think about that, so there is a Moroccan visa, sometimes it took between, like, minimum 3 weeks. And I need to go to Moqata. I need to sign and all these things. So, and this is something, unfortunately, is the reality. But at the same time, it took sometimes 1 month just to have the visa process. So it's really complicated. But now, don't think about that, don't think about the process, think about your idea, about your startups, keep the rest on us, so we'll be working on it.
I have points here. Yeah. I mean, for taking benefits of the volunteers look at them as experts, just to simplify the things. That are coming to you. Those are people who are working in very, imagine you're working in healthcare, you wanna automate something very specific. You will find someone who is doing this his whole life, this specific time. So we will bring this expert free of charge. No one will pay anything. Microsoft taking all the costs. But my advice to you is to build a pipeline of requests. All the requests you should hit him with the requests, and then we speed up the process, and if we have, for instance, let's imagine if we have 30 requests, we can fulfill them by having at least once every month, even with all the challenges that Tariq is saying. So just feel free to ask. This is something that we are not good on. So please, document, ask, push for it a little bit, not that hard. You will not scare him, and make it happen. The final question from lady, please. No, open. We don't force anybody.
So you help people with their ideas. You give them volunteers to help them, but what you gain from it? Yeah, the benefit exactly.
Yeah. I like the question. Honestly, what is on the top of our our mind as I mean, there's two things. There's two plays, I would say. There's corporate play, which is Microsoft, and this is the local play. You want to start with the local or the corporate play? The corporate play is to help the startups to engage building capabilities around Microsoft technologies in order to capture them once they will become mature enough. Knowing that the rate of success in startups is something between 1 to 5%. Meaning, when we invest with hundreds of startups, giving them vouchers, whatever, trainings, volunteers, everything, at the end of the day, we know that, and we hope, that 1% to 5% of those 100 people, or 100 startups, will become Microsoft partner, or customer, whatever, but more partner. I mean, we're talking startups, partner, who will be using Microsoft technologies and consuming on our technology. This is, I will say, the official, version. Now the local version, and I will come back to my dream, is we want to get this Moroccan as software nation. We want to become software nation. Every company is a software company. Every nation should become a software nation. This is our play. This is the things that we can be proud to tell to our children, that we have been one day, 30 years before, 50 years before, some people with a crazy dream of building a nation of developers of software, and we make it happen. This is my personal dream, and I'm trying to get all, the resources, the volunteers, people with a lot of energy. Bushra, for instance, or Tariq, they believe on it. They want to live it. Dependless of they are working for Microsoft. For Microsoft, we have a system of the volunteers ourselves. We give 3 days free of, paid for all our employees across the world to do whatever they want. Someone who wants to tell me I want to go to a rural area to help donate my time, donate my skills, whatever, to help them to build something specific that will make a difference in that specific world. This is our mission as Microsoft. Our mission as Microsoft is really to support every person, every company in the world to achieve more. And this is something that we live. This is in our DNA, and we want really to encourage every person in the company to live with it.
I just want to add something. So we are approximately for both schools 500 students, may I say, and we will be the double for the next few months. And we are doing partnership with a lot of companies. We have OCP, we have Oracle, Microsoft, and so on, and other companies are coming. So I wish, and I have a dream to say one day that the all schools in Ben Gurir, Yusufia, or Khribga are full of energy. There is some students working on their projects, others are pitching their ideas, others are working on their startups. So I hope that will be really, really soon in the next few months. So we are here to support you. We give you whatever you want. You have access over for our platforms, and I hope that will be soon. Okay.
Donc, désolé pour Tariq, mais je vais parler en français. En fait, je parle en français parce que je ne parle pas anglais du tout, mais tout le monde le sait. Donc, en fait, Youssef, il a parlé de plusieurs compagnies, il a cité plusieurs noms. Moi, je suis vieux. donc, je suis d'une génération où l'informatique, c'était Microsoft. L'informatique, c'était Microsoft. Je suis d'une génération, c'était ça. Donc, je suis la génération qui a utilisé Windows 3.1. Windows 3.11. Et le plus grand événement que nous avait marqué, nous les geeks, entre guillemets, de l'époque, c'est Windows 95. C'était en 1995. Donc, donc, il y a toujours un attachement particulier à Microsoft. Je sais que les jeunes, parfois, ce qui est la culture geek, Microsoft, etc. Mais l'avantage de partenariat qu'on a avec Microsoft, c'est pour ça qu'ils sont là. Aujourd'hui, ils ne font pas que les PC, que les ordinateurs. Donc, ils font plein de choses. Donc, j'ai un classement, les brevets, je crois, dans l'intelligence artificielle. C'est un des premiers mondiaux. Donc, il y a plein de choses. Je sais qu'on utilise beaucoup, que ce soit ici, en tout cas, des matières, une marque concurrente, mais il ne faut pas se focaliser sur ça. Donc, vous avez beaucoup d'opportunités. En fait, le rêve dont a parlé Hicham, c'est un rêve qu'on partage tous. Mais on est dans une équation un peu difficile ici. Parce que, qu'est-ce qu'on vous dit? Donc, c'est peut-être S37, YouCode, Microsoft, d'autres. Qu'est-ce qu'on vous dit? On dit le deal Ashkhascom, qu'est-ce qui vous manque? Donc on est en train, chacun il contribue, il apporte quelque chose. Je pense qu'il ne vous manque rien du tout. S'il vous manque quelque chose, demandez-le. Mais il y a une contrepartie. C'est quoi la contrepartie? Vous avez 1 an, 2 ans, 3 ans, il faut délivrer quelque chose. Ce n'est pas pour nous, on n'a rien à gagner. On ne sait pas rien gagner dans l'affaire. Microsoft, il n'a rien à gagner dans l'affaire. Ils font beaucoup de business par ailleurs. Mais comme on a dit, c'est pour le pays et pour tout le monde. Donc je remercie, merci beaucoup. Je sais qu'on a beaucoup parlé de ce partenariat. Et je sais aussi, on l'a fait, on ne signe pas beaucoup de partenariats, mais on l'a fait surtout parce que la première question que je demandais, OK, qu'est-ce qui se passe? On va signer, on est quoi? On est jeudi, qu'est-ce qui se passe lundi pour les étudiants? Parce que nous, on est drivé par les étudiants. Et vous avez apporté vraiment, je sais que la personnalité parfois des dirigeants aussi, ils contribuent beaucoup, donc c'est très crédible et je suis sûr que ce sera profitable à tout. Donc merci beaucoup, c'est Hicham, c'est Tarek, merci beaucoup.
On procède à la signature.